All right, protect yourself at all times. We are on it. Ron Futrell with the latest edition of the Vegas Sportscast for this Monday. Okay, getting ready to start a big sports week here. Getting ready for Christmas, holidays. Everybody, hope you're having a nice one. Be safe out there and protect yourself at all times. Yes. Okay, here we go. We got Vegas Golden Knights. We've got Rebel basketball going on. Also a bunch of NFL stuff to tell you about. So let's start out where we usually do with the Knights, with the big story that's happening here in town and what they are doing. A win over Tampa Bay. Was at the game last night, Sunday night. They beat Tampa Bay. Fell behind 2-0 early on. Malcolm Subban, and when I say early on, like 5 minutes into the game, Malcolm Subban gave up 2 goals, and they weren't bad goals to give up. I'm going to put this one on the defenseman that didn't do a whole lot of job keeping guys out of the way, and scored a couple of goals. Okay, so there it goes. But the defenseman made up for it by scoring a couple of goals. Colin Miller and Nate Schmidt lit the lamp, made it happen, and were able to tie the game at 2. And then Eric Holla in the third gave the Vegas Golden Knights a 3-2 lead, and then a couple of empty netters makes the final 5-2 there. So with that win, the Vegas Golden Knights are now in first place in the West Pacific Division, and over the Kings right now. In fact, they have the same number of points as the Kings, but they have played 2 fewer games than the LA Kings, so that's why they would be considered in first place right now in the West. That's pretty good for an expansion team. I guess we've gotten over the shock of that, haven't we already? And now we're expecting. What's crazy is we're expecting the team to win. Crazy is Tampa Bay tomorrow night, Tuesday night. Got a date with Tampa Bay, and this is just the flat-out best team in the NHL right now. Tampa Bay is they're Lightning. They're on fire. Okay, the Tampa Bay Lightning are a great team defensively. They're the number 1 team in the NHL. As for points scored, their power play is incredible. They have the best power play in the NHL. So the key to the Vegas Golden Knights tomorrow, don't get in the penalty box. We're going to have a story on that. I was out at practice today, but tonight at 6 o'clock on 8 News Now, you can check out the story that I did from practice today as the Knights prepare for this matchup against the best team in the NHL. And this is going to be a real benchmark to see where they stand. Marc-Andre Fleury most likely will start in the nets. That hasn't been announced yet, but you got to think your number 1 goalkeeper is going to go up against the number 1 team in the NHL tomorrow. Rebel basketball continues to roll. They've got a 9-2 record now with a couple of home games coming up this week with the rodeo out of town. They got Mississippi Valley State on Wednesday, North Colorado on Friday. So those should be 2 good home games, 2 wins. The 2 games the Rebels should win, and they'll be favored big in both of those games at the Thomas and Mack. So they've got media tomorrow going to be doing some stuff, and so we'll probably check that out, see how they're doing, and talk to them a little bit, and see the Rebels. Rebel basketball is, I call it back. Yeah, I mean, it's been gone for a while. Had its worst season ever last year. Last year, same coach, Marvin Menzies, in his first year had that year. This year, a year where they are running. They're the running Rebels. They're scoring a bunch of points, winning games, and having some fun. NFL tonight, Atlanta plays at Tampa Bay. 6-point favorites are the Falcons. So Falcons -6 at Tampa Bay tonight. Now, that being said, NFL stuff over the weekend to tell you about. The Rams continue to roll. Wow, they just beat up on Seattle. So they're in the driver's seat in the NFC West to be able to win that. They haven't won it yet. They've got 2 weeks left in the NFL, so of the regular season. So they've got 2 weeks left. Rams haven't won it yet, but they look in very good shape right now to be able to win that division. AFC West, different story. Kansas City solidified their spot with a win yesterday over San Diego, and or a win this week. It was actually Saturday night over San Diego. But the Raiders are pretty much done. The Raiders losing at Dallas, and the way that they lost, it just was crazy. Or it wasn't at Dallas, actually. It was up in Oakland in the Bay Area. But just Derek Carr trying to stretch a third down play into a touchdown, and could have tied the game with a field goal and fumbled the ball, went out of bounds. And that's the rules in the NFL. A little tough, but that's what happens there. And, of course, the big controversy is the game between Pittsburgh and New England. And was that a touchdown at the end? Of course it was. Yeah, it was a touchdown. Come on. That was a touchdown that would have tied the game, and had it been Well, Pittsburgh would have won the game, very likely, with that score right there, but it was ruled not a touchdown. So there you go, New England, and a lot of people calling foul. You'd have to see the play. I could try to describe it here, but just got to go see it, check it out, and you'll see what I mean. But busy sports week here in town. Once again, as we get ready for the holidays, everybody be careful out there, be safe out there with all your traveling and shopping and your mind on other things. But it's Christmas. It's the season of joy, happiness, and the birth of Christ. Oh, by the way, is the big reason, certainly for what's going on right now this time of year. Christmas Eve is Sunday, and Christmas Day is a week from today. Week from this Monday. So that's it. We'll have more for you with the Vegas Golden Knights, what they do tomorrow, the Rebels later in the week, and all this fun stuff going on. Let me think what else we got happening. I do want to mention where you can find us. Okay, you obviously have found us somewhere, but we're at the VegasSportscast.com. You can find us there. At our Twitter page is Vegas Sportscast. You've also got, iTunes. Get us there in the iTunes store, where all fine podcasts are sold, and in this case, not sold, given away. But you've got it there. You've also got it on the iPod. Let's see, where else is it? iHeartRadio and Google Play. So a lot of different places you can find us. Go ahead, check it out. I'm Ron Futrell. That's the way I see it. I hope you all have yourself a nice Monday, and we will be back again tomorrow with the latest on the Golden Knights to let you know what's happening there. But that's the way I see it. Bye for now, everybody. Thanks for listening.